If you would like to listen to the Chris Top program, please press 1. But you're going to have to say 1 because we're not going to know what you pressed if you don't say it. However, if you do not want to listen to the Chris Top program, please just spit. If you would like to listen to the Chris Top program, but you would like to do it naked, well, that's your own business. If you would like for the Chris Top program to broadcast naked, no worries because he already is broadcasting naked. If you like the Chris Top program, just yell out Freebird. Thank you for tuning in to the Chris Top program and WABA.
The Top, broadcasting live to at least 3 people on Spreaker.com. I never talk to strangers unless they're hot. The Ice Cream Man is evil. Justin Bieber was sent to this planet to destroy the minds of teenage girls. When my hand falls asleep, I like to slap myself in the face with it because it feels like a stranger is attacking me. And I happen to love ponies as well. So, do you want a date?
Mr. Pop.
Dorks of the world, unite. No, okay, listen closely. It's not WOBA, it's WABA.
Mr.
This is the Chris Top program, broadcasting worldwide to at least 3 people.
And I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. So how the hell are you, world? I've got a jam-packed 30 minutes for you today, let me tell you. Actually, we're just going to waste some time, but that's okay too because it's my show. I'm going to talk about 10 reasons, 10 very important reasons, and I've spent months and months researching these reasons that iHeartRadio actually needs the Chris Top program. I'm telling months at least, and a few days on top of that. Also, I came across some interesting stories. If you wear the saggy pants where your underwear's hanging out of the top, then there could be something on, like a law that's on the way that could forbid you from doing that. I think a good name for the law could be no sag, swag. Get it? And then we've got just a couple other things I want to talk about. Oh, there's a big fat sandwich that we're going to talk about as well. Looks really good, but I'm sure if you eat it, I'm almost positive it will kill you. Now, I was out the other day, and I normally don't even notice stuff like this. I really don't. But I was out, and I saw this guy with this T-shirt on. And the T-shirt took a quote from that movie Zoolander with Ben Stiller. And it said on it, ridiculously good looking. And I looked at the shirt, and then I looked at the guy, and I thought, wait a minute, he is ridiculously good looking. He could get away with that. If I wore that shirt, people would laugh at me. See, there aren't many guys that could wear that shirt and get away. Like Brad Pitt could do it. Frickin' Brad Pitt. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't get away with wearing shirts like that. So how is everybody today? I want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat so far. Oh, it's already moving. The chat's already, it's hopping over here. And if, in case you're wondering, I'm talking to the voices in my head. If you would like to join the voices in my head, all you have to do is come on over to Spreaker.com, sign up. It's fun, it's easy, it's free. And you can slip and slide on the brainwaves of the one and only Chris Top as well. I would like to welcome Live to Chat Radio in the chat. Came right in and yelled out Freebird because he knows how much I love Freebird. And we have the lovely, vivacious Kiss Kiss in the chat. We have PS Infinity Radio. And I'm going to scroll on down. I want to say hi to everybody because I don't like leaving people out. We have our new resident hater in the chat, Kathy. Kathy, it's always good to see you. Or is it good to see you? My arch nemesis. Kathy's in the chat. We have Ultima in the chat. Ultima, it's good to see you. I heart you. I do. I heart you. It's see, we have bro love, is what we call it. Nobody controls the top lip to Chad. Nobody. All right. Now I've got a couple of reasons that every guy should have at least one lesbian friend, and I'm going to tell you why. Because as men, sometimes we forget to get a haircut. Well, at least if you're like me. You forget to get a haircut at times. You forget to trim your fingernails. Just stuff like that you don't think about every day. And the thing is, if your bestie is a guy, he's not going to notice this stuff. I mean, if he did notice it, he would tell you. But what would it sound like coming from another guy? Hey, dude, you need to trim those nails. What are you, a hooker? See, another guy is not going to say that. And then, if you've got a best friend that's a female, she's not going to say anything either, but she notices it right off the bat. She knows you need to clip your nails. She catches it within a millisecond. She catches it before you walk into the room. She knows it by the knock on the door. Like if you're going and you knock on the door, she can hear it by the way the knock vibrates. She thinks, oh, he needs to clip his nails. Before you even walk in the room, they know this stuff. So, that's why you need a lesbian best friend, because she's going to pick up on it right away, and she's not too afraid to tell you that you need to trim your damn nails, that you need to get a haircut. And speaking of lesbian friends, I went out and had a couple of drinks with Amanda recently. And we're sitting there, and she's making fun of me because, and I've told you guys this before, this is no surprise. If I'm going to order a drink, it's going to have to be kind of girly. So the server comes up to the table, and she says, "Hi, my name's Cece." I said, "Okay, Cece, if you are going to drink a drink, and I don't know if you like guy drinks or girl drinks, but if you want to drink a girly drink, what are you going to pick off the menu? Because that's what I want. Because typically I'll go with a frozen strawberry margarita, but I was wanting to change it up a little bit." So she says, "Well, what I want, it's not exactly on the menu." And I was like, "Oh, really?" But she was talking about the drinks. And then she said it's called, what was it called? It was called a Pina Colada Calypso. Well, we went to Old Chicago, and it was called, I think that's what it was called. It's a long name. And I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Well, it's got rum in it, huh?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Why don't you wink at the bartender and see if they'll put a little extra rum in that for me?" And she says, "Well, the bartender's a female." I said, "Oh, is she into girls?" "No, her husband's right." Okay, just ask her if she'll put a little extra rum in it for me." So anyway, she makes the drink for me, or well, the bartender does, and then Cece brings it back to me, and the drink is blue. Well, I thought it was blue, but Amanda said it was green, and well, she's a chick, so she's going to know better than me. So we're going to say it was green, or it was the other way around. It was either blue or green, I don't know. And it had the whipped cream on top, and it had the cherry, so it was perfect for me. So I eat the cherry, and then I take a drink of this Pina Colada Calypso. Oh my gosh. It was like sticking a straw into a liquid cake. It was like putting your favorite cake into a blender and then just drinking it. My mouth loved that Pina Colada Calypso. It's the best drink I've ever had. It was amazing. Now, see, the thing is, though, I asked for extra rum. Well, just because I'm too cheap to buy two drinks, so I asked for extra rum. But to me, it didn't taste like there was any alcohol in that whatsoever. I mean, it was that good. And they may have ripped me off. They may have been like, "That jerk over there asking for extra rum, we'll teach him. We're not going to put any alcohol in this one, just give it to him. He's a lightweight anyway. He's just going to think he's drunk. He'll drink it, he'll think he's drunk, and then he'll stumble out of the place." But anyway, if you're into girly drinks, then ask them if they can do a pina colada calypso. And I don't know if they have those where you're at, and I wish I knew the ingredients so I could just tell you, but it's a frozen drink, and it's either blue or green, if that helps. And then you can just tell that to the bartender. Okay, it's called a pina colada calypso. It's either blue or green. It's frozen. I know for a fact it's got the whipped cream on top and the cherry, but then I know it's got some kind of rum in it. It's not regular rum, but it's some fruity kind of rum stuff. So I know that's in there, so that's a start. So maybe you can describe enough to them where they can make one of those for you, possibly. And Waba, back to you guys in the chat. I don't know. She might be a lesbian. I don't know. I don't judge, though. Now, Live to Chat, have you had one of those pina colada calypsos? And I don't even know if that's the name for sure. But that's how I remember it. And it didn't get me drunk because, like I said, I don't even know if it had alcohol in it. They could have just been ripping me off, but I was very satisfied. It was really a good drink. It really was a good drink, and it was blue or green, and I don't know, but it was amazingly good. And I have to say, I was very pleasantly surprised because I was thinking, okay, I really do want a frozen strawberry margarita. And I really don't drink either, Live to Chat. I know I say this a lot, I do. But I don't drink very often, but if I do, it's got to be one of those kinds of drinks, or I'm not going to like it. I'm really not going to like it. So, but it was good, and I was afraid that maybe I would be disappointed if I didn't get my frozen strawberry margarita. But now I'm wondering if I'm ever going to drink another margarita again because it was so good. And when I get the frozen strawberry margaritas, they got to be frozen. They can't be on the rocks. And don't do the salt. I have to do the sugar around the top. I do. See, I do. I wonder about my manhood sometimes. I really, really do. Now, do you wear saggy pants? Does your underwear stick up past your pants? Well, there's a new slogan. It's called Raise Your Pants. Raise. This sounds like really 1950s-ish. Raise your pants, raise your image. And that's the name of the slogan. And this is out of Illinois, a place called Maywood. You've just entered a place called Maywood, Illinois. Raise your pants, raise your image. Now, they're banning exposed underwear and uncomfortably low pants. And I mean, this has been it first happened in New Jersey. They were doing it way before it was cool. I mean, the only thing that I can think of that's really uncooler than banning saggy pants is having an ordinance, I think, that bans saggy pants. I mean, what if you're a plumber and your crack's sticking out? Are they going to ban your crack? Are they going to say at least their butts are covered up? And I'm not taking up for it. I think it's a silly fad. I do. I mean, just buy a belt. But all I'm saying is, where do you draw the line? Because I've seen plenty of plumber cracks. But anyway, they've actually got posters out. And the posters, I mean, you might be a concerned citizen. You'll look at the poster, you'll look at somebody's pants, and you'll be like, oh, that is that person. But I want to know who's liable for the violation. I mean, it's like a $25 fine for the first offense. So is the saggy pants wearer going to have to pay the $25 fine? Or is the parent of the saggy pants going to have to pay the fine? But this is what's on the sign. It's Maywood Ordinance. Okay, number 1, no exposed underwear. Number 2, there's a $25 fine for first offense. And they never have the second offense. Number 3 is escalating fines. Oh, okay, that's escalating fines for further violations. And then you've got, and then the last one is parents liable for violations. So I guess if you're a minor and you have the exposed underwear, then you have to pay. Okay, so is it just the briefs? Because you've seen, what is it called? Like when the women wear the thongs and the top of the thong is sticking, it's called the whale tail. So what if a chick is sporting a whale tail? Is she going to have to pay a fine too? I mean, does it depend on if it's a male cop or a female cop? See, these are things they're going to have to get straight before they start passing ordinance like that. Kathy says she likes to show off her plumber's crack. And the chat can be very entertaining. So if you're missing the chat and you're listening somewhere else, then you're really missing half the fun. Now let's spread that Spreaker love real quick. And I want you to go ahead and type the word show into the chat if you do a show here on Spreaker. And if somebody types the word show, then make sure you follow them. Listen just at least one time. If you don't want to listen anymore, you don't have to, but at least give them a chance, and that's all anybody can ask for. And just spread that Spreaker love. Now, who do you think is the most popular? You know, I haven't forgot about my top 10 for iHeart yet. I'm getting to that. But who do you think is the most popular superhero? That's Chris Top. He's talking about superheroes again. Don't he ever shut up? It's either superheroes or zombies. It's one or the other. So, who do you think is the most popular superhero on YouTube? Now, they could be trailers. They could be video game clips. Fan parodies. And I love these fan parodies. I do. Videos featuring Gotham's Caped Crusader. In other words, I'm talking about Batman as the most popular superhero on YouTube. Now, Batman clips, listen to this, have gotten over 3 billion views and amounted to 71,000 hours of video. So you could get on YouTube, basically, and you could watch Batman footage for the rest of your life. Now, second place, and I was kind of surprised about this. Who do you guys think's in second place? I'll give you a second to guess, if you'd like. Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't you think about it for a minute? So if Batman is first, and he's got 3 billion views, 71,000 hours of video, who do you think came in second? Now, I would have guessed maybe Superman or somebody like that. Let's see. Ultima says, and this is true. This is a little-known fact, but this is true in case you didn't know. Ultima said Chris Top is the most popular superhero on YouTube. And I know. That a lot of people don't know that, but it's true. I am the Dork Knight. See, that was cool, wasn't it? But anyway, now I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we're going to discuss who number 2 is, 3, whatever, and then I'm going to do the top 10 reasons that I will be. And notice I'm being very confident that I will be, I really hope I've got my fingers crossed, that I will be on iHeartRadio.
The Chris Top Program, the alternative to the garbage on Spreaker.
Facebook, it's like Jay.
Holly Stallin's words cut like a double-edged sword. On the Edge with Holly Stallin, the fastest 30 minutes on Spreaker.com.
Mr. Pop.
Dorks of the world, unite. No, okay, listen closely. It's not WOBA, it's WABA.
Mr. Pop.
And I am the one and only Chris Top from the Chris Top program, taking that milk money back 1 nickel at a time. Don't forget, be a dork, be proud, be hip. We've got Travis in the chat. He says, hey, everybody, glad I finally got to make it to a show. And Travis, it's good to have you here as well. No, the Joker isn't number 2. I don't even think the Joker's on the list. And that was a guess. That was a guess from PS Infinity Radio. Waba, back to you, live to chat. All right, now, so the number 2 most popular superhero on YouTube, and Kathy actually had this right, is Thor. And I was pretty surprised at that. I didn't know Thor could rank that high, but I think that's for the female viewers. So he gets 2.1 billion views, and you can watch Thor footage, at least until you're on your deathbed. You've got about 66,000 hours of that. And then you've got Superman coming in third. And then you've got the Avengers. Let's see, I wonder if they counted Thor twice. Did they count him as Thor, and did they count him in the Avengers as well? Because if they did, that's cheating. I just want you to know that, YouTube. So then you got like Iron Man and the whole team of the Avengers. They're in the top 5. So it's a pretty big list. But then you've got, coming in at number 10, and this made the top 10, which I was kind of surprised, was Deadpool coming in at top 10. I thought that was kind of interesting. So I guess that he has a pretty big cult following. Now, on to more important things. Eat this sandwich. Eat this little piece of heaven, but prepare yourself to die an early death. And this is what it consists of. And I don't even know what the calorie count on this is. It's got to be like 10 billion calories, I would think. Maybe that's close. Maybe it's like every bite. Maybe every bite is 10 billion calories. I don't know. But okay, let's do my top 10 list first. Now, these are the top 10 reasons that the Chris Top program should and will be on iHeartRadio. And like I said, I spent months coming up with this list. Lots of research. I really put a lot into this. And probably in the past 3 months, I've slept a total of 20 minutes, just because I've been researching this in so much depth. But if you think about it, and this is the number 10 reason. And Kathy says, I love me some RDJ and some Deadpool. I don't know what RDJ is. I'm scared to ask what that is. But okay, now, number 10, iHeart needs a dork representative to create balance. And I want to say in the force after that. But I mean, you've got to think, I mean, if you've got all these other walks of life on iHeartRadio, well, you got to have a dork representative. You got to meet your quota. It's like having minorities in movies. You've got to have a certain amount, right? All right, now number 9. All right, now this is an important one. This is very, very important. Who else is going to throw up on air when they mention lady? Okay, hang on. Let me start over again. Hang on, one second. I'm gonna try to take a drink before. Okay. There's nothing like Mountain Dew on ice. I'm telling you. Okay. Except for one of those Eclipso things. Okay. Whatever number this is. The dorks. No. That's the wrong one. Who else is going to throw up on air when they mention Lady... Oh, I thought I could do it. Lady Gaga. Okay, that was especially gross. And it's a good thing I keep that bucket full of water in here by my desk when I do that. My eyes are watering. Oh my gosh. Now see, now I can say Lady Gaga, and it's like once you actually throw up, you're okay for a while. Whew. All right, next on the list. Who else besides Chris Top will admit to sitting down to pee and drinking girly drinks? I don't hear Ryan Seacrest admitting to that. I don't hear Adam Carolla admitting to sitting down while they pee and drinking girly drinks. So who else is going to do it if I don't step up? All right, number 5 on the top 10 reasons the Chris Top program should and will be accepted into iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio needs Lyrical Playhouse. for those people who just don't enjoy those pesky melodies. Well, I mean, think about it. iHeart is riddled with songs, and maybe some people don't want to hear the music. You've got that theatrical bunch out there that might rather hear a thespian perform the actual lyrics as opposed to hearing the original song. Now, next up on the list, iHeartRadio could make money just by taking it from the dorks. It's like taking our milk money all over again. What are you thinking, you evil corporation? Don't you have enough money? Don't you have enough cash in your safe? Why do you have to take my nickel? Do you really have to take my nickel? All right, the next one on the list, Adam Carolla, Ryan Seacrest, Chris Topp. See, that just seems to flow. I mean, it's almost like I'm supposed to be there. All right. Number 3 on the list. Dorks take a lot of showers. So I think that, okay, when I say that, dorks are very clean people. We take lots of showers. We're just very clean. It's in our DNA to be clean. So with that being said, the offices over at Clear Channel, they're always going to smell like potpourri. All right, number 2 on the top 10 reasons that the Chris Topp program should and will be in iHeartRadio. Number 2, the Chris Topp program will attract dork hotties, and every evil corporation needs dork hotties. Now, the number 1 reason the Chris Topp program should and will be considered, or should and will be on iHeartRadio. Are you ready for this? I'll tell you why. It's because I'm Chris Topp, bitch.
The Top, broadcasting live to at least 3 people on Spreaker.com.
Now, see, you knew I had to throw that in there. I had to do it. Now, Live to Chat Radio, they said this is the pina colada. So, did you find it? Yeah, you did. You called it, but I had to ignore you, Ultima, because I couldn't just. Oh yeah, Ultima got it. See, I had to build it up a little bit until we got to number 1. So, okay, this is the pina colada. So it's SeagramsEscape.com recipes. The Calypso Punch. Maybe that's what it was, because it was kind of punchy. You know, it kind of did taste like that wedding punch. When was the last time you had that wedding punch? Is that not good stuff? I mean, I could sit there and I could funnel that. You know how when you go to Panama City and at spring break and the first 5 minutes you're there, you funnel like 6 beers at once? Or is that just me? I don't know. But I could funnel that stuff. It's like drinking liquid cake. It really is. And then you get to follow it up with a breath mint. Kathy says she's got to go. She's watching Shark Week. Did you see, Kathy, before you go, did you see the video with Fluffy? They were releasing Fluffy, was it the seal, back to the ocean? And then the shark jumps out of the water and he eats him. He just eats Fluffy. That's one of the best. It's got to be one of the best commercials ever. It really does. Okay, I'm running out of time. See, this 30 minutes, it's ridiculous. It really is. And that's reason number -1. iHeart needs to accept me so I can get my 3 hours, or no, actually it's 5 hours worth of broadcast time. That way I don't have to rush toward the end. This is the big fatso sandwich. Cheesesteak, cheeseburgers, pastrami, chicken fingers, bacon. Did I say bacon? Bacon. Mozzarella sticks, fried eggs, jalapeno poppers, onion rings. I said jalapeno because I'm from the South. Onion rings, chili, marinara, and pile all of that on a 27-inch slab of garlic bread. And then top that pile of trouble with sizzling hot French fries. And then you drizzle that pink fat sauce on them. And then you have the big fatty fat sandwich. Okay, and it's from Fat Sal's in Hollywood. See, I didn't think they sold stuff like that in Hollywood because they're all skinny. So I don't know, but you can get that for $49.99. And if you can eat it in 40 minutes, guess what? You get it for absolutely free. Yeah, I know. And I'll check out the waffle taco. Thank you so much. I do not, nor will I ever take any of you for granted, because there are a million other things you could be doing, but you choose to listen to me, and that makes me feel pretty darn good. It does. Thank you guys so much for listening. I will see you very soon. I promise you that. Until I broadcast again, please remember this. Life is good, and I'm gone.
You have been exposed to the Chris Top program. Tune in next,
Yeah, I don't have a schedule.
Right.